Hi, Mr. Garland. Welcome to SIS.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Victoria Pagliaro, and I'm in Mrs. Rubenfeld's 4th grade class. I will be interviewing you today.
Okay, great.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
No.
My first question is, why did you decide to become an author and an illustrator?
Well, I had been an illustrator for about 15 years, and I was offered to do a picture book, and it didn't pay very much, and I had an idea for my own picture book that involved my daughter Katie. We visited the farm, and that became my first picture book. And I really enjoyed it, and it sold very well, and I liked the whole experience. And also I realized authors get more attention than illustrators when it comes to reviewing books. So I like being an author as well as an illustrator.
Cool. My second question is, did you just start to like writing, or did you like it your whole life?
Well, I liked it my whole life, and reading, it's almost the same thing, really. It's a reverse. If you read a lot, you could also write, even though you might not realize it.
Who inspired you to like writing?
Who inspired? Well, my mother and my father were my biggest influences. They're both great readers. My mother's 85 now, and she reads a book, at least a book a week. She's constantly going to the library.
Cool. My third question is, what is your favorite book you have written so far?
Well, children always ask me that same question, and it's the book I'm working on right at the moment. I'm just about to start a new book called Fish Wishing. It's about a fish who becomes bored with being himself, and he wishes he could be all kinds of other things. And I'm about to start that, so whenever I'm working on a book, that's my favorite book.
All right, that's cool. My fourth question is, have you ever been upset with how one of your books came out?
No, I have never been upset because it's a collaborative effort. That means I work with an art director and an editor, and sometimes, you have to realize that. So sometimes they also make suggestions, and I'll listen to their advice, and sometimes we'll make the changes and sometimes not. But I've always been happy with the book, and I would never put out a book I wasn't happy with.
Interesting. My last question is, what types of books do you like to write about?
I like to write about a variety of things, whatever occurs to me at the moment. And if I find something interesting, I think children will find it interesting also. And I think as I'm conceiving the story, I'm also seeing the pictures at the same time, because I'm an artist and a writer. So I see it all at once, really, as I write it. And if I think it's going to be fun, I'll have fun doing it. I think children will have fun reading it and looking at the pictures.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, Victoria. Nice to meet you.
You too.